Hi, hello, this is Charlie Jose and you're watching another episode of UpStreamCharlie. And today's episode, actually, we're going to assemble the ring lights. Those were the XR26 and the XR30 from TYLEX. Basically, this is a how-to video on how to assemble the ring lights. So there are two setups for the TYLEX brand. So let's try them out. First, let's do the basic. So if you manage to purchase this one, by the way, these are very affordable. The TYLEX 12-incher, the XR30 would cost you less than 500 pesos, and the TYLEX XR26 is less than 400 pesos. So every time you get this, it's in a plastic bag. So let's try to assemble one based on what's inside of the package. I call it the basic kit or the basic package. Okay, so again, let's have a rundown of the parts. So this is the ring light. The ring light has an electrical cable, the USB cable, and it has a controller here where you could power on and then switch on different types of lights. If you watch my previous video, you will see that there's a warm light, there is a white light, and there's a combination of the two, white light and warm light. And you could also adjust from this controller the illumination or the intensity of the light. So by the way, this does not come with a adapter. So if you have things like this lying around, a US flat, so this one goes inside of this one. Okay, so you could have direct power to your extension cord or to your wall socket. Of course, there's the tripod, the small tripod, the wide-angled small tripod, the cell phone holder with the gooseneck, so it bends, and it has a ball so you could angle the cell phone, and of course the tripod ball head. The tripod ball head, basically if you put the light here and then you screw it here, you could give direction to the light. Okay, it has 45 degrees angle here, and then there's a gap here. You can see the gap. The gap gives you a 90-degree angle for your ring light. So let's try to assemble the basic setup. Let's put the ball head, the tripod ball head here. Okay, so I guess it's secured. Okay, there's a technique because there's a cable here. You don't want this one rotating. This one is the one that you need to rotate. Okay, so you have to adjust the flat round there and then tighten it. You also need to tighten the lock here for the ball, for the tripod ball head, okay, so it won't move. Okay, just to let you know, there's a cold shoe mount there. You could place other stuff as well, accessories that could connect to the cold shoe mount. So inside of the cold shoe mount, or in the middle of the cold shoe mount, can you see that? There's a hole. This is where this one goes. So basically that's the basic setup. You could also use it as a selfie stick. Try to plug this. By the way, this setup doesn't include a Velcro for the cable management, so you have to buy your own cable management Velcros like this one. You could buy it also in Lazada. It's pretty cheap. You just type in Velcro or cable management ties. So I've put in my own adapter. So I always say to my viewers, don't throw away your old cell phones adapters. You just keep it, put it in a dry place, make sure it's clean. So the next time you need an adapter like this, like for this instance, so you're good to go. But that's okay. Let's try to power this up. Okay, so let's tone down the light. Power on, power off, power on, power off. Okay, select the light. This is the warm light. This is the white light, and this is the warm and white light. Okay, so let's leave it there for a moment so you could observe the brightness and the dimness. Okay, so this is the controller. Power on, power off, plus minus for the illumination, for the intensity of the light, and in the middle of the plus and minus sign is the selection of the colors of light. Okay, so let's leave it at that. Make it dim so it won't blind you. Okay, so another setup is when you buy XR30 or XR26, it includes the tripod. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Again, if you have not seen my early video about the unboxing of the XR26 and the XR30, so this is the tripod. So this one could stretch up to almost 7 feet, 6.5 to 7 feet. Okay, so it's retractable. All you have to do is loosen this one and loosen the other one. Okay, it's a 3-stage telescopic stand. As you can see, it's very long. Okay, on the tip is a protection for the groove. Okay, so that's where you're going to screw in your tripod ball head. Okay, you could also opt not to put the tripod ball head. You could place directly the ring light on top, but you won't have the flexibility on directing the light in a certain angle or direction. Okay, let's install the tripod ball head. So once you've put the tripod ball head, and then you could once again, I have my own technique on how to put this, so like that. You will need to rotate the stand. Okay, and then once it's connected already, it's fastened, and make sure the ball head is not moving. Okay, so we're safe. It's connected already, and then you just have to expand the tripod side. So loosen up the lock here, and then voila, so it's already open. And then lock it. Make sure it's a little bit tight, but not too tight. And then we're gonna put it on the stand, being positioned. Okay, so I'm gonna angle this because we have something to do. Okay, since again there is no adapter, so you have to buy your adapter. Plug this into the power, and then let's turn on the light. Okay, so it's very bright. So as you can see, the product is working, and let's try to put it on its maximum height. But I'm gonna angle the ring light so I could have an effect on me, a highlight. Okay, so I'm stand now, and I'm gonna put this in its almost maximum height. Try not to maximize the height, because it always puts some extra tube within the tubes, so it will be more stable. Okay, so if I turn on this one, and then I'm gonna put this one here. Okay, so I use the box to give it a little height. Turn on the intensity, so you would notice the lights first. So I have now 3 lights plus 1 at the back, my original ring light, my first ring light, but that's not enough, so you need additional lights. So what I'm trying to attempt now is the 3-point lighting. So on my right side is the softbox light, my one and only, and then on my left side is the XR26, and on my right side here, upper right, is the XR30. So the purpose of the XR30, the reason why it's angled like that, is to give shine here on my shoulder. If we're gonna do some 2-point lighting, I'm gonna remove the other key light. So my main light is the softbox light. My supporting light is this XR26. If I remove that in the equation, let's see what will happen. So that's how it looks like. if it's just a 2-point lighting system plus supporting light at the back to give some highlight in the background, plus I have some lights, existing lights from the LCD TVs and monitors. So what will happen now if we turn off the highlight? So this is my usual original lighting. This is what you see most of the time on my videos. Only a single light source, my softbox light. Usually it's closer to me, but since I have supporting lights, so that's another thing altogether. So this is the one light setup. So if I'm gonna do a 2-light setup using this one but not the highlight, this is how it looks like. So this is the yellowish part. I'm gonna do some mix. So this is the lowest light intensity that it could go for the XR26. If we're going to increase the light, so what's the effect now? It's even brighter. Okay, but it depends on how dramatic you would like the subject to look like and the overall feel of the video. So this is how it looks like. So that's the maximum dim of the XR26, and I still have my key light, which is my softbox light. Okay, so that's the XR26 and my generic softbox light. So this is the 2-point lighting system. 2-point lighting system. Okay, so that's an example. So if you want to have a highlight here, you could, like I said, place a higher level light. Let's put on the light. Okay, so it depends on the intensity that you want, depends on the effect that you want. So this is the dimmest one that you could do for the XR30, and if you increase the illumination or the brightness of the light, this is how it looks like. So I have now some accent light here in my shoulder. If we put it in a different angle, there. Okay, so if we remove it again, this is how it looks like. And this is how it looks like if it's just one light plus a supporting light at the back. You let the camera absorb the darkness and the lightness until it simmers down. Okay, so this is the 1-light setup. This is the 2-light setup. And this is the 3-light setup. Okay, still have some shine on the side. There. Plus some lights, supporting lights at the back. So that's how you install the XR26 and the XR30. By the way, there's a link down below if you're interested in checking out the XR26 and XR30. Once you click that, you will be immediately sent to the page of the XR26 or the XR30. Again, this is Charlie Jose saying thank you. See you on the next video. See you on the next Saturday. Goodbye.